Hi, Todd Wente here with Path to Progress for April 28th. Getting ready for my day. Happen to be here in the mobile office, getting ready to head into my next activity. Don't have to be in the main office today, so after I'm done with this errand that I'm running, I'll probably head home to the home office and do some stuff there. But right now, enjoying a sunrise, getting ready to run an errand, and decided that I would take a moment and put in the piece for today. I know I've been a little inconsistent, and apologize for that. But hopefully, the internet and the 4 of you that watch this will forgive me for that. Today, I'm thinking a lot about one of the rules that's been a late addition. Continuing our series talking about rules. I was going to talk about avoid the dog poop, but because that's a rule. And if you don't understand why, yeah, you've never been on a walk. And I'm going to talk about that one probably tomorrow. But today I wanted to talk about a slightly different rule, and that slightly different rule is make it better, not worse. There are so many times in my life when I have kind of ignored this rule. And when I say I've ignored the rule, I don't mean necessarily that I've gone out of my way to try and make things worse, but that I've ignored the idea of intentionally working to make things better. I've just worked to keep things going. And oftentimes that means I'm just letting things get worse. Make it better, not worse, for me is one of those deals that's a little bit tricky, because sometimes in the moment, I'll give you an example. I was working a job recently that every day was getting worse. And I was telling myself over and over and over again, make it better, not worse, make it better, not worse. And so I was putting Band-Aids on situations rather than confronting them and fixing them. I was putting small Band-Aids on things and trying to slow the bleeding, if you will, trying to see if I could make tiny adjustments that would eventually make things better. And it wasn't happening. It wasn't working. Making things better, not worse, is about looking at what the long-term outcomes are. And I've talked about the difference between outcome focused and process focused. Some of these things start to overlap on each other and impact each other. The idea really being that when I'm looking at things and asking myself, am I making it better or worse? I have to be thinking about it not just in the moment, not just am I avoiding conflict, but am I setting the stage for things to really improve? Most of the time, that means that there is going to be conflict, but it's necessary conflict, and it's the conflict that is needed in order to make things better. Not conflict for the sake of conflict, not conflict for ego's sake, not conflict for the fact of being able to say, haha, I told you so, but conflict from a standpoint that says, we need to change something. We need to make it better, not let it be worse. It's a hard one because it requires bravery and courage. And it requires a willingness sometimes to face confrontation and to be confrontational for the right reasons and in the right way. It's something I've been thinking about a lot, and I hope it's useful. And if this one's not been useful, give me a chance tomorrow. Let's see if I can come up with something better. Maybe then I'll talk about the dog poop. In the meantime, this has been the Path to Progress. My name is Todd Wente. Nulum Diem. We'll see you next time.